big kid now. Get out of there. Good night, buddy. We are live on Channel 5. Okay, so we've got... 1 second, boys. 1 second. Hold on 1 second here. Yep. That fits. That fits. That fits. That fits as well. That fits. That fits as well. That fits. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, we're good. We're live. Let me get some test strips. Scent of the day, Aqua de Gio and Linsumi blend. I could see that. I could actually really see that. Marine Aquatic and Green Sap Dew. I like that, bro. I like that a lot. I might whip that up for myself. I might steal an idea or two, Michael. Let's try that. I'm sure my Aqua de Gio is a little more green than yours, so let's see how that plays out. 1, 2. I like that. And then he said, Linsumi. Okay. So we're going super green. And that atomizer is like a freaking super soaker. Mitra, how are you, girl? What you up to? I like that a lot. It goes very well together, Michael. Hey, great combo. In my ebook that I'm going to release on Top 100 Elite Combos, I might use that, and I'll give you credit. Let me write that down. Actually, let me just take them off the shelf and set them aside. This is an amazing combo. Great find, Michael. What Santa Maria novella is that? I have 2, and 1 is in my bathroom. I have Ambra, and then I have Quercia. I actually have more than that, but those are the 100 ml bottles I have. The other ones I have are... man, Michael, that's a great combo, man. It's a great combo. The other ones that came with it are the tobacco one, and then the tobacco one, Muscio Oro, Angeli di Firenze, and Lana and Tobacco Toscano. But the only bottles I have is Ambra and Quercia. Yeah, do you have any of those, Mitra? Santa Maria sounds like they'd be up your alley. It is hard to find stuff you really love for the price point that they're at, but I imagine you would at least be intrigued by a house like that. That blend was actually inspired by you because I would have never got Lin Sumi or any Lalique. It is super underrated, inspired because you mentioned the mixture on that live, that it goes together. I did, but you know, you took that and you made your own spin. So that's all I do it for, is to inspire people to do things. Here, Mitra, what do you know about this? What do you know about that, Mitra? Come on, girl. I know if there's anyone here, you know about it. Oh, you have Ambra. Oh, you have Eau de Cologne and EDP. I can't imagine how light the... Well, you know, Ambra in the Eau de Parfum is surprisingly pronounced. And their Eau de Colognes don't function like normal Eau de Colognes. So I'm sure it's pretty present, but I can't imagine anything lighter than the EDP. Oh, but you know about the house though, right? I'm gonna show you some classics. You're gonna love this, Mitra. Here. I'm gonna take you back. Oh, here we go. Here we go, Mitra. What's that? What's that, girl? Do you know what this is? Thoughts on Latafa Camera. Does this smell like Angel Share? Not at all. Camera does not smell like Angel Share. It is probably 75-80% in that direction, and then it is a complete remix. If you want Angel Share on a budget, then this is your only option, in my opinion, for accuracy. If you want exact Angel Share, you have to go with this. Go ahead and take a screenshot of that. This is the only accurate Angel Share. All of the other ones smell decent, but they lack the cognac note, to me, that preserves the Dead Ringer unisexness of that scent profile. Without liquor in that scent DNA, it leans extremely feminine. But this one has the cognac. Oh, you don't know what those... Oh, come on, Mitra. You're an artist. Come on. Well, you have an artist heart. Here you go. Look. I know you can read that. Right there. Angel Share is overrated? No, it's not. You just don't have a girl in your life. Come on, Mark. You got to get some women in your life. You don't wear Angel Share for you. You wear Angel Share for her. Is cedarwood good smell to attract females? Yeah, but not of itself. But, I mean, cedarwood is in a lot of the powerhouse fragrances, including Aventus, which females love. Yeah, Brian, definitely cop that. It's like 30 to 40 bucks during the holidays. You could probably snag it for 30. It's got great longevity, 6+ hours. The smell and accuracy, it's the closest thing you're going to find. To me, it's about 90 to 95% close. The only thing it lacks is somewhat of the weight, but as far as the scent and the longevity, it's everything you want in a clone. I am a woman. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that makes sense because you're not into the scent profile. That I can rock with. That's okay. That's fair. Hey, listen, that is fair. That is fair. Men think differently than women, and not all women are the same. We have to remember this. Give me, let's keep the conversation interesting though. Give me your angel share alternative that's in the same vein. Give me something with booze. Give me something with, vanilla, sweetness, nuttiness, anything like that. Tell me what you're wearing if you're not wearing angel share. I want to see what kind of mind I'm speaking to. Do you think vanilla can be overpowering? Vanilla can be an overpowering note in a fragrance. Dashi, you know the answer to this. I have very little knowledge of fragrances. My favorite is Dior Sauvage Elixir. My second is Versace Pour Homme. I want something that resembles fall for my wedding, but don't know what to get. Well, if you have the money, I think an excellent wedding scent would be Coromandel from Chanel. You will smell expensive. You will smell unique. You will smell like a man. You will smell luxurious. And most importantly, no one else will smell like you. It is a unapologetically masculine fragrance with the finesse of romance sitting behind it. The backbone of it is a seductive, alluring romance, but the front of it is a semi-formal, formal, executive, luxurious man. And Mitra will tell you that. Women love musk. Women love musk. They love vanilla in musk. They love florals in musk. Women love freshness. Now, in terms of scent profiles, all women are different. Some lean floral and angelic and light and skin scenty. Some lean bombastic and boss chick and assertive. Some play with both. Some like intriguing and different and unique. Maybe they play with the woods. Maybe they like the spices. Maybe they like the cozy. Maybe they like the vacation. Women are all different. Typically, I find in the women that I've interacted with that most of them have a lean in a certain direction. You can see their collection and it goes somewhere. But there's, in terms of the versatility and what they like to reach for, it's a ever evolving cycle. But if a woman has been raised in perfumery, personally has her own journey, typically she builds around what she grew up associating in terms of vibes and scent profiles and builds into something of today that reflects the things she loved from her childhood. But all women are different. Clones are catching up. Of course they are. $200 budget. Yeah, you can get Coromandel with $200. You can get the smaller bottle, especially closer to the holiday. And not only that, but here's the thing you got to remember. You only need the scent for the wedding. So you don't even have to get a bottle. You can get a travel spray, and that'll last you 1 week. And it's probably better that way anyway, because you get to actually try the scent and see how it makes you feel. See, you can get a scent, but the aura doesn't come with it. Every scent evokes a different side of everybody. So you want to make sure that it evokes the best out of you in terms of your mood. So that, in that regard, I would highly recommend get a travel spray, wear the travel spray for your wedding, pay less than $30 for it, have an amazing wedding, spin the block on it if it makes you feel good, leave it if you just felt it was for the occasion. But I will say this, if you get Coromandel, it is not a scent you can wear a lot. It is a special occasion or an executive level fragrance. I usually don't buy very much clones because of the longevity. Well, there's a lot of clones that have incredible longevity. It's just unfortunately, most of you guys lack the patience to test before you buy. If you tested before you bought, then you would find your longevity and you would watch more reviews. But most people have a lack of patience, and so they try to watch as many reviews as they can. And then because the price point is so low, they're like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna get it. I've heard what people say, I looked up some ratings, I'm just gonna get it. But You know, to me, if you never want to worry about longevity ever again, you need to get into oils and dabbers. If you have oils and dabbers, longevity isn't even an issue. I can make any fragrance last 8 hours plus. And I have an ebook coming out explaining my approach to oils and lotions as a base. Monkey Special from Xerjoff, I prefer for me personally. Monkey Special is a special fragrance. It's not my cup of tea, but it is a special artistic creation. But it, to me, Monkey Special is not a wedding fragrance. It is a concert fragrance. You're going to a concert, you're going to something outdoors, you're going to something festive, and you have a nice, edgy, seductive scent. Monkey Special for a wedding would be for like a Jimmy Dean wedding or Grease Lightning type of wedding. Today, or traditional formal wedding, Monkey Special, you're gonna look like a dick. Get Versace Eros. Eros never fails either, but I wouldn't call it a wedding scent, but it is a great scent. And I don't think if you wore it at a wedding, anyone would be mad, but you would just smell kind of basic. Wouldn't really smell like, you know, you're preparing for a special occasion. Do you know any imagination dupes? Absolutely. To me, there are a bunch of great offerings that can get you in the realm of it, but if you want to talk accuracy, Sahib Intense. And this will get you at least 6 hours, in my experience. At least 6 hours, but more importantly, to me, it's 1-to-1. Now, the way, again, talking about longevity, the way I'm going to carry this fragrance is with the oil. So if I want imagination to last me 12 hours, I will put this on with it. And now my imagination clone is eternal. You see how you don't have to go hunting? Right there, you have a solution for longevity. You don't have to be upset. You never have to be upset with longevity. You can always stretch a fragrance and you can always reapply. But I like oils. How is Marwa? Marwa's pretty good. Marwa's okay. It's a good scent, but I think in terms of accuracy, nothing touches Sahib Intense. What up, Joel? Tiziano Terenzi, Ladano, Nero. My Halloween scent of the day will be... That's a good question, guys. Tell me in the chat, what is your scent for Halloween? Because I've got my scent, and I'll share it after I see what you guys got. What else? Can you show me the bottle? Don't know how to spell, lol. I was also thinking Tom Ford Oud Wood. Oh, yeah. Chanel Coromandel. 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 Exactly how it sounds. Even if you misspell it on Google, it will correct it for you. Okay. When's the Baronda review coming? You know, it's crazy, man. I mean, if you look at my collection right now, I mean, look at the top shelf. None of that I have reviewed for you guys except for Desert Rain. None of that. You know, there's just a buttload of stuff. A few things in here haven't reviewed, right? None of this shelf has been reviewed at all. All my vintage sealed, not reviewed. My vintage women's has not been reviewed. And there are some things in here that haven't been reviewed. I mean, just in the collection side, I probably have, you know, at least 100 bottles that haven't been reviewed, which is crazy. And then we have a lot of samples. So, you know, oh, sorry, guys. So, I mean, we just have like insane amounts of samples that we have to go through. We have a couple of discovery sets we need to finish. You know, got a couple of discovery sets. I have top 30 women's designers in this bag I have to review. There's a buttload of fragrances down there I'm determining to give away for my giveaways that I'm preparing in the corner over here. We got a lot of stuff in here that hasn't been reviewed. But, you know, I'm trying, you know, guys, I mean, here's the thing. I drop reviews every single day. You know, what do you want me to do? You want me to, like, if I went on my computer right now, I have like 50 videos in the queue already done, 50 reviews. I can't drop them fast enough. I just, so unfortunately, I'm so ahead of schedule that there's like over 100 bottles just on this shelf that I haven't even done reviews on. But they're coming, I'm trying, but there aren't enough days in the year, The year should be like 600 days long, and then I would have an infinite amount of reviews for you guys. Vanilla smells cheap to me. Vanilla smells cheap to me too, but I think that has to do with balance, and I think that has to do with raw materials. Azzaro, the most wanted, Prana Luda Rosa Black, Armani Profumo, the original. Okay, Profumo is the one fragrance I hardly wore. Glad I kept a bottle for years before discontinuing. I love Profumo. Profumo would be a great scent to wear for a wedding, I think. That would be a masculine masterclass. I've never understood why, when perfume made for men is pleasing for women, why we don't just wear for ourselves. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. Like, when you care about somebody and you love somebody, you want to make them feel good, so you're going to do some things for them that you might not particularly prefer. And that's not just in a relationship. That's in any relationship, even with your friends. You might, do something with your friends that you might not be totally interested in, but you do it because they're your friends. It's the same thing with fragrance. There's some fragrances I wear that I don't care for, but my wife absolutely loves. This is what it is. And I have no problem doing it. You should like to see your significant other or your friend happy. You don't have to compensate or sacrifice who you are, but you're not making a sacrifice of who you are just because you sacrifice yourself part of the time. What are your thoughts on Black Afghano and Blue Talisman? Black Afghano, I think, is extremely challenging. I wasn't a fan of it. A lot of people are a fan of it. Question is, would you be a fan of it? And you have to try it. There's some very unique, nuanced notes in it that I don't think everyone will jive with. It's a very unique fragrance, though. Very high quality. And from that standpoint, it's good. I forgot what I rated it, but I do have a rating on that fragrance on my channel. Blue Talisman is incredible. Top 5 best blues for men. Even though it's a unisex fragrance, it is a top 5 blue for men. I love Pacific Aqua Smell. I love Pacific Aqua Smell. Any recommendations using my spelling? I'm self-taught in English. Okay, so I see. You didn't spell your sentence correct. If you're asking me for a watery fragrance, I suggest you get Casamarati Mephisto Gentiluomo. Just rewind the video if you need to play that out and try to spell it. You can get water. You can get Virgin Island water from Creed. You can get Oceania from Roja. Those are some cool water type scents. Before I saw SB, longevity was a huge deal breaker. Not anymore. Hey, you're preaching. What's the best Maison Francis Credijon clean, fresh, white category? Also, thoughts on Elysium. So for that question, the answer is Gentle Fluidity Silver. And thoughts on Elysium is that I think Elysium is the best fragrance out of these 3. Elysium, Tygar, and Imagination. Those to me are like quintessential citrus luxury fragrances. Obviously with LV Imagination leaning on basket of citrus on water, Tygar leaning on grapefruit on green/water, and then Elysium leaning on grapefruit leaning basket on woods, mainly vetiver and amber. I think the most complex ageless fragrance that it has the most wow factor between the 3 is for sure Elysium. So I'm going with Elysium out of those 3. I think if you have one of those 3 fragrances, you're going to be hard pressed to find another citrus fragrance that beats it out. Doesn't mean that they don't exist. There's plenty that exist, but I'm just saying if you have one of those three, to me, Elysium being the best, you won't really need a lot of other stuff like it because you'll find that Elysium just is amazing and you can wear it on so many different occasions and it just works. Do you like Bahara King? No, but a lot of women do. So a lot of women like that fragrance on men. I've heard it numerous times this year alone. Cod Lodge Cafe Latte versus Kamra Kawa. To me, Kawa, but they're both great. Do you have Latafa Kamra? Yes. I've sold off most of my mainstream clones. Got tired of smelling them in public. All right. Don't forget, everybody, hit that like button. Yes, there's 30 people in here. Hit the three dots right here or right here. I don't know what side of the screen you're on. If you hit those three dots and then hit like, run those likes up so it'll filter out everybody who's not into fragrance, and only fragrance people will be here. And if y'all don't run those likes up, I will walk off camera until you do. What do you think about Florida water? It's swampy. What did bro say about Marwa? Was thinking of purchasing. It's a good fragrance, but I just think Sahib Intense is better. What up, LX? Tom Ford Noir or Black Orchid? Noir. Noir, no question. Noir is the best luxurious gothic fragrance, period. Black Orchid is amazing. Noir EDP is the most timeless and the most versatile in its category. When you talk about dark gothic sexiness, really hard to beat that fragrance. I mean, orris, iris, suede, spices. It's like a super hot gothic chick walking through a foggy graveyard. Okay. I've smelled Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille clones in person that smelled darn... Wait, hold on. I've smelt Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille clones in person that smelled darn close. What's your top picks? I hate Tobacco Vanille. I hate it. They use the most basic synthetic compounds to make their vanilla and their tobacco. The fragrance is too sharp. The opening is terrible. The dry down is okay. And for a Tom Ford fragrance, I don't want okay. I want amazing. When I want tobacco and I want vanilla, I go to this. Guys, go grab Tobacco Vanille or any vanilla tobacco fragrance you have, including Lamal Elixir, whatever you like, and put it against this. And you will smell the fact that there are levels to this. Tobacco Vanille has always over-anchored on sweetness. It's more of a cozy scent. I find more women purchasing Tobacco Vanille than men. And I think it's due to the sweetness. It's overly sweet. They need to scale down the sweet and bring up the tobacco so men can really rock out to it. This is that fragrance. This is tobacco. This is vanilla. But it's soaked in cognac and ramped up a little bit more on the tobacco. This is Tobacco Vanille for men. And you're gonna have to just trust me. Anytime that fragrance is available, it sells out. So wherever they sell it, turn your notifications on because it sells out in 3 to 5 days anytime it goes live. Same with Lin Sumi, this fragrance right here. As soon as they restock it, it sells out in 3 to 5 days. So Max Aroma, Joma, Fragrance By, whatever, turn your notifications on for that particular fragrance because when they do restock, you have a couple of days to buy it. The price point's always amazing, 40, 50 bucks, 100 mil. And you will have, you know, if it's Lin Sumi, you have the best office / upscale casual green fragrance. If it's Ombre Noir, you have the sexiest late night tobacco vanilla style fragrance. It's lavender, tobacco, vanilla, spices, frankincense, bergamot, and papyrus. Gosh, I know what I'm talking about. SB, I'm guessing you're going to wear Halloween Man Shot. No, I wore that yesterday. For Halloween, I am wearing Black Phantom. Yep. This year, it is just a Black Phantom type of year. Really want to know what is the best musk DNA fragrance. I don't know about best, but when I think about musk, I think about musk therapy from Initio Parfums. I don't think very much tops that in my mind, but that's ridiculous of me to say because there's like 80% of perfumery uses musk. If we're talking musk heavy fragrances though, musk therapy is hard to beat for both men and women. Aventus Absolute review? Yes. I actually have the Aventus Anthology video coming out, which I'm going to call the Pineapple Power Ranking, where we will talk about Versace Eros Energy, Aventus Cologne, Aventus Original, Aventus Absolute, Nishane Hasavat, and under that we will power rank the top 30 Aventus Eros or Hasavat clones. So many reviews to get done. That's correct. Just put 15 sprays of Armani Code Original. Love it. Well, you should. It's Armani. What about Lattafa Assad? Great fragrance. Don't buy it if you want Sauvage Elixir. It is not that. Do you have any Dylan Jeffries? I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that house. I think I've seen you on PLA in the comments. You have. Mercedes-Benz Club Black is Vanilla Jewel for real. Oh, it is. Oh, it's a Vanilla Jewel. It is. Yeah, if you want a budget, sexy, vanilla, spicy fragrance, Club Black is hard to beat under 40 bucks. But this is 40 bucks, and this kills it. But if you're a young guy who still finds yourself in love with vanilla heavy fragrances like any of the Jean Paul Gaultier line, including Le Male Elixir, stuff that's overly sweet, Gentleman Reserve Privé, stuff like that, don't get Ombre Noir, because Ombre Noir scales down the vanilla, ramps up the tobacco and some other things. It makes it more mature. Still tobacco and vanilla, but a little more mature. If you love the sweetness, then I think Club Black would be an amazing choice for you. But if you want to upgrade from Club Black, you need to go Tom Ford Noir Extreme. I even think Le Male Elixir annihilates Club Black, but Club Black is great. Budget-wise, Club Black is great. Do you have a second runner-up for fall wedding other than Coromandel? Yeah, there's no way you won't like Coromandel. I mean, every woman will think you drive a Bentley wearing Coromandel. But if what you're asking, I feel, is there something cheaper you can wear that would be great? Absolutely. Let's take you down to like the $100 price point or less. This right here would be a great wedding scent. Serge Lutens Ombre Sultan. Take a picture of that. This is sexy chocolate patchouli in a bottle. Amber, patchouli. It just smells like a little bit of booze, amber, and chocolate. The softest chocolate, though. We're not talking like gourmand, you smell like dessert. You smell like a man who's got dessert trapped behind his vest, and she's got to come dig it up. This is French perfumery at its finest and could easily be a super signature for a wedding. You might snag it for 50 to 100 bucks. No one's touching you at the wedding. You smelled any new LV fragrances yet? Of course. I've smelled almost the entire house of LV, including a lot of stuff you guys haven't heard of. I just don't like to review LV. You know, you got to deal with not saying certain words and stuff with LV all the time. And even though it's the most searched stuff, I just think it's such a boring house. It is such a lazy house. When someone close to you compliments any of your fragrance multiple times, you'll start loving that fragrance automatically. I think so. I mean, here's the thing. You're going to wear a fragrance you like anyway. So when they compliment it, it'll just affirm what you already picked out before they even complimented you. Is Acqua di Gio good? Yes. Really, any Acqua di Gio is great. Pour Homme, Elixir, Parfum, Profondo, Profumo, if you can get your hands on it. Eau de Parfum that I have, and Perfume. I have Perfume. I think Profumo is the best. But if you want Acqua di Gio on a budget, this right here is hard to beat. I have not smelled an Acqua di Gio better than this. For $20, you can get this on Amazon right now. Lataffa Sucrat. This to me is about 95% Acqua di Gio Profumo. I would wear this clone at a wedding. I mean, that would be blasphemous with my collection, but I'm saying if my collection was small and I had this, this is wedding material. This is insanely close to Profumo. I have Profumo, and this juice right here is sacred. Marine aquatic, slight dark tint with a little bit of incense in the back. This is as formal as it's going to get. So much versatility. This is one of the best clones ever made. And everybody talks about it once and then they move on. But man, when I tell you how many people I have blown away with this clone, it's ridiculous. This is actually like my third bottle. Every time I get a bottle and I let somebody try it, they fall in love with it, I feel bad and I give them the bottle and then I go buy a new bottle for myself. This is one of the best clones ever made that you can get on Amazon, have it shipped to your house tomorrow, and you can wear it every day. You can wear it every day and feel incredible. It is a no bullcrap, man's man, timeless scent. Just bought Vulcan Fue. What should I expect compared to God of Fire? A cheaper version of God of Fire. More longevity because the synthetics are quite ramped up on the mango, but it's a great scent. People love it. Does it beat God of Fire? Is it really, really close to God of Fire? No. Is it close enough? Yes. Is it popular? Yes. Is the compliment factor high? Yes. Sauvage EDP versus Bleu de Chanel EDP. Both are amazing. Bleu de Chanel is classy, a little more serious. Sauvage is sexy serious. You have this counterplay of slight sweetness and spicy edginess that goes together real well. If you're more of the bad boy, not the fragrance, if you're more of a bad boy at heart, go Sauvage Elixir. If you're more, or even Sauvage EDP is fresher, sweet, it's got the fresh sweetness. Sauvage Elixir goes a little bit more peppery, but nonetheless, I still think even in the Sauvage, in terms of both of them being classy scents, it's like, would you go classy blue or classy fresh aromatic? If you're an edgier guy, go Sauvage EDP. If you want something that, they're both great. They're just two sides of things. Blue classy fresh is great. You know, spicy sweet classy fresh is great. You know, I would wear Sauvage at night and Bleu de Chanel EDP during the day. That's the best way I can explain it. Lataffa Yara, which one? All the Yaras are good, not for me, but women love all the Yaras. The yellow, the pink, the white, they're all good for women. So you think Florida Water Cologne is basically trash? It's very old and still around. How come? No, I didn't know. I didn't know that was an actual fragrance when you asked. I thought you were literally asking me about Florida Water. Send it to me in an email to look up, and I'll check it out. I've never smelled it. Scent of the day, Soul Boutique. Love it. The discounters heard you. Ombre Noir is now $55. Yeah, well, hey, listen, I would pay $100 for it. All dang day. All dang day. That Ombre Noir beats out so many fragrances in my collection. It's sad. Is Assad Bourbon or French Avenue Liquid Brune better? Liquid Brune is definitely better, but if you guys saw my community post, sometime in the next couple of months, Liquid Brune limited edition comes out, which smells exactly like Liquid Brune, but even more boombastic, more sillage, more longevity, a little bit more luxurious. So wait a little bit until Liquid Brune limited edition comes out and get that. What oil can enhance the sage note in Halloween Man Hero without making it smell herbal or sharp? I mean, here's the thing, man. If you're trying to enhance sage, it's going to smell herbal. It's a herb. You know? Right? If you want to enhance sage, use a sage oil. I'll show you. If you're trying to enhance a note in a fragrance using an oil, then you should use the oil that corresponds to that note. You know, I have oils that resemble fragrances, but I wouldn't use those in that scenario because you specifically said you would like to enhance sage. So I'm going to go over to Mr. Sage. Where are you? I can go clary sage. I could dab that up before I put it on, and that'll enhance the sage. Do we have like a basic sage in here? But I mean, you have tons of aromatics you can work with. Yeah, I mean, I would go with a dabber oil that's specifically sage if you want sage enhanced. You know, I'm not going to tell you like, oh, go Armani Code oil, you know, like, because you don't just get sage enhancement with that. You get other aromatic enhancement. Dark winter fragrance for date night. I would never talk you down from Straight to Heaven from By Killian. Get the extreme or the intense version though, so you can get the longevity. I'm an idiot, so I just have the OG, but I don't care about longevity to me. By Killian, Straight to Heaven. There really is, there's not a lot beating it. Caden Weber, bourbon smells better to me than what? Better than what? Yo, I got a question for something that has something that has smoky incense patchouli notes. Very hippie-like. I don't know about hippie, but Acqua di Gio Profumo has patchouli and incense in it, and it smells incredible. Doesn't smell like a hippie. Smells more like James Bond, one of the older James Bonds, but it has incense and patchouli. Does my diptyque have incense and patchouli? I forget. Yeah, you can also try Tempo from Diptyque in Eau de Parfum. Eau de Parfum is anytime the Diptyque bottle has a black stripe, that's Eau de Parfum. Otherwise, they're all clear on the spine, and those are Eau de Toilettes, which I highly don't recommend because it's basically a skin scent. Try that. But, you know, when I think hippie, I think dirtiness. Try Roja Parfum's Midsummer's Dream. That's a very hippie fragrance to me, a luxurious hippie. Yo, I got a question. Oh, already said that. Swiss Arabian Musk 01 is pretty good. Perfume by Oliver Crest for 40 bucks on Joma. Thank you for the recommendation, Goose. Have you smelled Linsumima Force? Yes, I have. Can you suggest a fragrance for layering with Versace Eros EDP and Le Male Elixir? I mean, it depends where you want to go. So with Eros, you are getting essentially apple, lavender, and vanilla. So you're getting this fresh brush of apple, and that brush is a lavender brush, and then the base is a vanilla. So you get this very fresh fragrance, this musky fragrance, yet you get a slightly vanillic base. This is like a blue vanilla is the way I like to describe it. It's fresh like a blue, but it's based in vanilla. So you can do a lot of stuff with that. You can go more aromatic, you know, so start playing with your herbals. You could ramp even more on the vanilla, maybe go something more cinnamon or nutty or honey or something like that. Go for more of that apple pie kind of feel, like a Carlisle or a Tigar, or not Tigar, African leather type of vibe. You could put leather under this and it would be more mature rather than juvenile since it's so vanillic. You could go, you know, for me with Eros, what was a combo that, you know, for me, I like just doubling down. Like, this is my favorite, like, here's the thing, guys. When you have a masterful blend, you really shouldn't try to manipulate it. It's good. So for me, nothing really outside of this combo is going to beat Eros. Eros, oh man, I need to get a new bottle. Eros and then Eros oil. So I am just projecting and sillaging like a freaking madman. And when you have this, it's like, why remix that? That formula is just incredible. So Eros is one that, you know, when you guys see my ebook come out on combos, you're going to see that that's my main recommendation for how to use Eros. I have a couple, but I still think nothing beats just Eros on Eros. What was the other one you said? Lamal Elixir. That's another one, man. So like, here's the only combo I would recommend for Lamal Elixir. So I don't wear Lamal Elixir. I wear Kingdom from Latafa because to me, this is one-to-one with probably a little bit more performance. This is one of the best clones ever made. And I'm not even a Jean-Paul Gaultier fan, but I'm a big fan of Lamal Elixir. I think it's what Tobacco Vanille should have smelled like. And, but if I'm wearing this, so if you actually have Lamal Elixir, replace it with this, or if you have Armaf's Lionheart, you know, use that in place of this. I'm not really going to try to deviate. I'm going to go with this combo right here. Normally when I combo, I'm going for contrast, but when a DNA is masterful, I'm just going to accentuate, meaning I'm going to take what it is and make it heavier. So in this case, when I'm going Kingdom, which would be your, oh my gosh, my wrist, which would be your Lamal Elixir, I'll just put on my 1 million oil. 1 million under this. And this just turns you into a freaking monstrous nuclear sillage projecting beast. You smell like tobacco. You smell like vanilla. You smell a little bit like cinnamon. You smell the spices. You smell this freshness, powderiness from lavender. I mean, it's intoxicating. The complement factor with this combo alone is so freaking high. It's not even funny. And it's a masterful blend. So I could sit there and go, you know, okay, it's vanilla, it's tobacco. Maybe I try to look for a booze note. So maybe I might try and put cognac with it or whiskey or ramp up the tobacco and stuff. But it's already a masterful blend. So I'm just going to accentuate what's already there. And 1 million Parfum is very close to Lamal Elixir in terms of the vibe check and the DNA core. So really just having this as a base will act as a booster for projection and sillage. So, you know, I wish I could give you a better answer, but when you're already winning, the answer is to win some more. Don't try to change the formula. Let's see. Summer wedding in California Hills scent options. Okay, so I'm guessing you're not the groom. You were just going to the wedding. So let me show you some of my wedding scents that I would wear if I was going. People talk about, oh, you don't want to upstage the groom. I don't even think like that. I look at it like this. You're going to someone's wedding. You want to look, feel, and smell your best. If you outshine the groom and you're not even half as dressed up as he is, he messed up, not you. I don't believe that you can outclass a groom by how you smell. Even if you do smell better than him, just stay out of the way. Now, if you have a bravado where you smell incredible, you know you smell incredible, so you're walking around, you're talking with everyone, you're waving your hands, you're break dancing at the wedding, like, bro, chill out. But if you're trying to get a scent for a wedding, pick your best scent. And for me, there's not a lot beating Chanel's Coromandel for a wedding scent. I might also rock something like Nasamato's Pardon, sexy, dark chocolate, and patchouli and leather. I might wear Serge Luton's Ombre Sultan, sexy, patchouli, amber, and booze. I might wear Baranda if I'm feeling froggy, but that would be a bit disrespectful. If I'm trying to be conservative, like I don't really know that many people at the wedding, I just want to smell bright, invigorating, classy, and refreshing. Maybe I'll rock some Vetiver Sensuel. Here's another sexy showstopper. Ensan Suave from Matiere Premier. This is an incredible fragrance, which is essentially celebrating the note of incense. So whoever asked me about incense earlier. Now, there is one fragrance I have that I think is utter disrespect at a wedding, because you are literally doing way the heck too much, and that's Diaghilev. Diaghilev, unless you're the groom, do not wear this fragrance at the wedding. You will look like a dick. This is just, I tell people this all the time. This fragrance, only Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump would wear this fragrance. Yeah, if you wore this at a wedding, you would look like you're really trying to embarrass yourself by over dominating a space. But, you know, you might be into that. Other sexy wedding scents. You know, you can always go, you can never go wrong with Day 3, Desert Rain. Very sexy Profumo-ish style scent. I try not to smell too sweet at a wedding, because sweetness is very intoxicating, and that's something that would draw attention away from a groom or whatever's going on. If all somebody smells, you know, like I'm not gonna wear Tres Oros, even though it gives me the most compliments ever. It's seductive, insane sillage, incredibly romantic. This is like trying to steal attention. So I typically scale down my sweetness for a wedding, and I give you a little bit of sweet in the background, but mostly classy masculinity up front. Now, here's one vanilla scent that I would wear to a wedding, and I don't care how you feel, even though it is sweet, and that's Absolute Aphrodisiac by Initio Parfums. I do think the Castorum and Leather tame the vanilla enough, but it is one of the most vanilla forward in this collection. But I just think it's such a classy, intoxicating vanilla. One of the best to ever do it. Very good there. Yeah, and I mean, you know, if we want to talk designers, you know, Mont Blanc Presence, Bulgari Man in Black, Boss Bottle Descent Magnetic, La Male Elixir. If you want to go super conservative, you can go like a Prada Rosa Carbon, you know, something just very classy. Armani Code Absolute, you know, you can't go wrong with it, but that's like real basic level 1 stuff. But you still will smell great and people will compliment you. Picture took, thank you. I'm more than $200 range. I'm more in the $200 range, maybe one I can find in stores around me. If you're in Cali, yeah, you could find this stuff, but otherwise you're going to want to order it online because you'll get the best price. Another incredibly intoxicating, well, yeah, I think this one is going to be your best bet. Serge Lutens Ombre Sultan. It's affordable, it's inexpensive, but it smells way expensive. What fragrance was that? The chocolate one. So light, fresh skin scent, chocolate patchouli, Diptyque's Tempo, executive level chocolate and patchouli, Nasamato Pardon. This retails for $200 to $250, but on discounters online, you can get this for about $120, $130. There's only 30 ml of juice, but trust me when I tell you 2 sprays will go all day. So a 30 ml will function more like a 60 or a 70 ml because you don't have to spray yourself much at all. Other sexy chocolates, this is a sexy amber chocolate, Ombre Sultan. What other chocolates do I have? Coromandel even has chocolate, but it's white chocolate and patchouli, which has a different type of Chanel finish to it. So good though, man. Oh my gosh. By the way, you are the man for answering everyone's subbed. Thank you, Zero. And yeah, and by the way, guys, I know I look like a bot sometimes because it takes me a while to get through the questions, but I only go live to answer questions. So if somebody asks me a question, I'm going to reward them by giving them a full, thoughtful, thorough answer. And I will do that and go question by question by question by question. But people love that about me, so they ask tons of questions and I get a little bit behind, but I'm going as fast as I can. What is your go-to fragrance when winter comes? I don't have a go-to for winter. What I've been wearing recently, now that we're in fall, Ombre Noir, Coromandel, Bulgari Man in Black, Le Lion, Encre Noir a la Extreme, Serge Lutens. If you want to know, here's a hint. If you guys want to know what is SB wearing, I post what I wear every single day. So if you go to the community post section on my YouTube, every day I post a scent of the day. So if you want to see what I'm wearing right now in fall, you can go back every day and see the fragrance I wore, what Fragrantica currently has it ranked as, all the notes in it, the story about the fragrance, and why I like it. So you can get 365 days of recommendations, season based and all that, just by scrolling down my community post. I like doing that because I don't just post, hey, I'm wearing the fragrance. I show you like, this is what everybody rates the fragrance currently right now. These are all the notes in the fragrance. This is how I feel in the fragrance. And I don't just post modern, expensive luxury fragrances. I post designers. I even post vintage fragrances that you can get today for very inexpensively, and I love them all. What style of fragrance should a guy wear to the club? I think Le Male Elixir, Le Male Parfum, that works. If you're a young guy, 25 and down, Eros. I typically go for amber, spices, and vanilla in the club, unless you're in an upscale club and you want to lean more on the classy. But some showstoppers in the club to me: Boss Bottled, The Scent Magnetic, Bulgari Man in Black, Eros, Armani Absolute, Gucci Guilty Elixir, stuff like that. La Nuit de l'Homme, Blue Electrique, Lalique White. If I'm going with some of my big boys in the club, I'll go Danger, I'll go Serge Lutens, any of my nighttime sexy wear, Straight to Heaven, Trace Oros, Absolute Aphrodisiac, Dark Phantom, or Black Phantom, sorry, Ensan Suave, any of that stuff will go. Shoot, I might even bust out some Ex Nihilo Night Drive. This smells like you're driving a Porsche at night and you smell the metal and the leather interior and you just have that, you smell like you're in the most expensive astronaut suit in a freaking space shuttle. This right here is my Tokyo Drive fragrance. When I'm driving at night, speeding, and it's, you're deep in thought and you're just kind of winding down from the day, but you want to just feel like you got a leather jacket on, all black, everything, just freaking drag racing. Speed Legends Night Drive. It's very hard to get that fragrance now. But the actual original Speed Legends is available, which just smells just as good. Tom Ford Noir Extreme versus the Parfum. Two very different fragrances. I don't want to tell you which one I prefer, but get your nose on them. They smell drastically different. You can actually go to Sephora or Ulta Beauty and smell both of them. The Parfum's the all gold bottle. The Eau de Parfum is the black bottle with the gold top. Do you have any recommendations for an elevated elixir for a fall wedding? Thanks for taking my questions. I'm completely lost. Do you have a recommendation for an elevated elixir? I don't know what you mean by that. Clarify what you mean by elevated elixir. Sauvage Elixir to me smells like Big League Chew bubblegum. You might want to get your nose checked. Ever smelled Enrico Cavalli? No, I haven't. I haven't tried that. I went ahead and screenshotted it. Thanks for recommending it. What's up, Zhao? Best blind buy fragrances for $30, $35. Office going to upper management level. Yeah, $30, $35. There's not much hope for you, buddy. But Lalique White would be your best choice. $20 to $25. This is, to me, better than any of the staple designers that you would wear in the office. Better than Sauvage, better than Dylan Blue, better than Montblanc Legends Spirit White, better than Prada Carbon. Any of those basic, classy fragrances, better than Prada L'Homme, better than Prada L'Homme. This is more interesting than all three of those, or all five of those. $20, $25 Lalique White will do you serious work in the office. But if you want a really amazing scent, I think you need to put your price point up in the $40, $50 range to really have something that's like mind-blowing. But Lalique White is amazing. It's very signature. Nobody will smell like you, and it's very affordable. Terre de Hermes and Dolce & Gabbana, the one, not comparing, just want to know your thoughts on them. Also, never heard anyone talk about Cartier Passion Noir edition. That's because no one wears it anymore. But, collectors have smelled it. Thoughts on Dolce & Gabbana, the one. It's one of the sexiest late night fragrances ever. It's not my tea. I don't prefer it. but it is an incredible masterpiece of a fragrance, and you should try it before you buy it. Most of the people I know absolutely love Dolce & Gabbana The One. For me, it's not my style. It's not my style. There's something nostalgic and dated about it that I just feel other fragrances at the same price point annihilate it. Terre de Hermes, absolutely love it. To this day, I don't think any vetiver fragrance really does what Terre de Hermes does. They try, but you know, I do like Tom Ford Grey Vetiver EDP more than Terre de Hermes because there's more refinement. But if you just want a sharp, punchy, super unique, artistic, modern vetiver clean scent that has a lot of uniqueness, Terre de Hermes, you can't go wrong. But some women are very intimidated by a man wearing Terre de Hermes, and I think that's due to how sharp the citrus and grapefruit push off of the vetiver. It's a very tart, sharp fragrance that isn't the most mass appealing. It has sold commercially in a mass appeal way, but if you wore Terre de Hermes and you put like Sauvage next to it, and you walk down the street and ask 100 women what's the best fragrance, out of 100 women, only 20 would say Terre de Hermes. There's just something about Terre de Hermes that's so unique that certain women, because they can't identify with it and enjoy it right off the bat, it's more of an intriguing fragrance, they'll lean on something more common. Arabian Swiss Incense 01, your thoughts? I don't have any thoughts on it. I haven't put my nose to that in a while. Do you have any Spirit of Dubai perfumes in your collection? Which one should I go for? I'm not the best reference for Spirit of Dubai. I do have a Ajal. That's the latest one that I wore and reviewed. That's a very unique scent. I wouldn't buy a bottle of it, but I would definitely keep a travel spray of it. It's one of the most unique, kind of oceanic, classy scents, but still like makes you feel like you're, you know, swimming in beach sand. Yeah, I've tried a Ajal and I've tried one or two others that I've reviewed on my channel, but I've waited to go into Spirit of Dubai because I want more of a discovery set to really figure out the house, because they seem to be more creative than your average house. And when I'm dealing with a creative house, I like to smell all their perfumes next to each other. And I don't like to move towards the hype. I like to get my own experience. Have you tried Dior Homme Cologne? Beautiful scent, timeless. Any unisex floral leaning cheapies you recommend? Cheapies? Okay, so not really, but Fleur Narcotique by Ex Nihilo is one of the sexiest floral bouquet, truly unisex fragrances where men will not feel like women when they wear it, and women will not feel like men when they wear it. It transforms on the gender. This is like white and pink florals dipped in white champagne. It is a beautiful, light, airy scent that lasts forever. It is amazing. When you talk about a floral that a masculine man can pull off and just get compliments galore, this is incredible. You get this beautiful, sparkly, carbonated, white, sweet champagne feel soaked on top of the bed of fresh, musky white florals and slightly sweet pink florals. Incredible. So this is expensive, but Maison Alhambra and Lattafa, both, and French Avenue, or Fragrance World, sorry, make Fleur Narcotique clones that will do just the job. So if you want, just go on Google and type Fleur Narcotique clones. The first 2 or 3 that you find from Maison Alhambra or Lattafa, buy any one of them. They're pretty close, at least 80%, some leaning closer to 90. But yeah, in terms of cheapies in that category, in the designer world, white florals, nope, I have no recommendations. CK1 is very hard to beat, but with CK1, you don't really feel expensive and luxurious. You just feel super clean and angelic. CK1 is one of the best cheapies ever made when it comes to white florals. It smells like a fresh pressed white tea. You know, when you take your white dress shirt to the cleaners and they steam it and they press it, and so you get that linen smell, but then there's also a slight sweetness from florals because probably the spray that they sprayed the shirt with before they ran it through the press had a little bit of a sweet white floral scent to it for that cleanliness. This is just a master class of that. And for such a cheapie, it punches like a niche like an entry-level niche fragrance. This is a staple must-have. I really think people discount this too much. Not only is it great on its own for just smelling refreshingly clean, like if you want to see why this fragrance is essential, go to an expensive hotel, take a shower, and then hit yourself with this like 6 times. Come out of the shower butt naked and hit yourself 6 times with CK1, and then get dressed and then go out poolside, have some drinks. You will feel like $1 million. And I think that's an experience that people have not had with this fragrance because they only think about it in terms of, oh, it's a slightly powdery white floral clean fragrance. Who wants to smell that? It's a vibe fragrance. You have to be in the right place in the right time, but it's simple enough to wear anytime you want. And not only that, but you can layer this with anything. Literally anything goes with white florals. Musk, vanilla, aromatics, green notes, champagne. You can literally put anything with white florals. Anything. You know, it's like a blank canvas. When you come out of the shower and you're clean, you can wear anything. And that's how this fragrance is. When you smell fresh, slightly floral, super clean, a little bit of powder, you can wear anything with it. Visually, and if you want to layer, you can just go so many. I would start playing with this fragrance. Like I would start doing like maybe a strawberry note, white florals and strawberry. Maybe I might do something green, white florals with kind of like a green sap feel under it for some masculine nuts. Maybe I might go white floral and vanilla. I want to feel cozy. It's fall, but I don't want to be overly sweet. Hit myself with 1 shot of any of my vanillas from here and put CK1 around it. It's going to smell incredible. One of the best layering fragrances of all time, but also one of the most versatile cheapie masterclasses. And I think a lot of people don't give that fragrance love. That's why I put CK1 amongst, you know, fragrances that in my collection that go for $500 to $1,000, because to me in my journey, it's essential. Totally agree with you on Straight to Heaven. Thank you. How do you describe the smell of Gucci Guilty Elixir? Speaking of white florals, Gucci Guilty Elixir is a white floral musk vanilla scent. It's a good amount of sweetness, 4 or 5 out of 10. It's the tiniest bit powdery. It's super musky fresh, and it's white floral. It's perfectly unisex. I would say slightly feminine leaning, but it's more masculine than Eros. So think of it like Drake's Summer Mink, but better. Think of it like Eros, but a little more masculine and slightly less vanillic. It goes with anything, and that's why Drake made it. Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man EDP. Okay. I was going to pick up Noir Extreme, but the comments on Fragrantica mentioned that it has a feminine leaning and lacks projection, which is kind of a turnoff, so I wanted your opinion. If you believe that they're right, instead of getting Noir Extreme, get Noir EDP, the all-black bottle. Tom Ford Noir, not Noir Noir, not Noir de Noir, just Tom Ford Noir Eau de Parfum. You can get it for about $80 to $90 right now for 100 ml on any website. And it is not a spicy sweet vanillic, but it is in that realm with more masculinity. Best Italian Cypress Tom Ford clone, I don't know. I do know there's a lot of people who have tried to clone it, but none of those people have spoke highly of it, of the ones I've heard of. What up, Timbo? How about for a funeral? If I'm going to a funeral, in my collection on the top side, to me, at a funeral, I would probably go with a vintage fougere. I want to smell green, earthy, and fresh because there's just something peaceful about nature. So during a funeral, I would wear some sort of conservative green aromatic fougere. You know, Aramis New West, Cacharel Pour L'Homme. Actually, Fougere Royale from Ubagant. This is a vintage scent that, you know, still costs $300 today in stores. Fougere Royale, the first fougere fragrance ever made in 1880. still goes for freaking 280, 300. I would wear this. I would try to be uplifting and bright using earthy therapeutic notes. And that scent is green. It's classy. You know, you could go dark. You could go Encre Noir or something like that. But I just think it would come off cheesy. I would wear an old school vintage aromatic fougere at a wedding. Something that's uplifting. Something that's fresh and earthy. Something that just feels peaceful, you know. Something that makes you want to take a deep inhale and know that life is going to move on and everything's going to be okay. Best perfume for men, anything on my shelf. Take a screenshot. What do you think of Chanel Allure Eau Extreme? You know, my only Chanel in that category that I like is Edition Blanche. I wasn't a Chanel Allure Homme fan. I wasn't a Chanel Allure fan, and an Eau Extreme fan neither. I don't really like dealing in metallics. And I just feel, maybe you guys don't get it, but I just get an extreme amount of metallics. And I feel like Chanel is just a more polished version of what Chrome was trying to do with different nuances and facets. But to me, out of that series, Edition Blanche is pretty much the best you're going to get. I am a original Chanel Egoiste kind of guy. I don't think any Chanel in that line beats original Egoiste. Most people prefer Platinum Egoiste. I prefer Egoiste. And then Edition Blanche. And then from there, I'm moving on to Chanel's private line. Do you buy dupes or no? I buy everything. So my top shelf is niche and independent niche. This shelf is designer. This shelf is vintage men's. This shelf is clones. That shelf is vintage women's. And then I have a bunch of sealed vintage below that. Hey, what's good? What about Invictus Victory Elixir? It's a good scent. It's not my tea. But I do have an Invictus oil. And the only reason I have this, where is it? Did I leave it in my car? I think I left it in my car. I do have an Invictus oil. In fact, I think I wore it today. What was my scent of the day? The heck was my scent of the day today, guys? Oh, yeah, that's why I wore it. I wore a vintage fragrance today. Lo Parkenzo. It was a metallic green aquatic vintage scent, and I put Invictus behind it to increase the longevity since it's an older scent. It's in my car. I left it in my glove box. What moisturizer should I use before applying fragrances? It depends. If you're into oils, there's a lot of options, but for me, if you want just a clean lotion, I would go with an unscented lotion. To me, when it comes to putting stuff on my skin, I'm pretty sensitive to a lot of stuff. So I like to go to Whole Foods or Sprouts and get like a 4-note lotion, something that's completely natural with literally zero fillers or additives or stuff that shouldn't be on skin. So to me, Everyday Shea, unscented. It's like 4 notes. It's scentless. You put this on, you might get an extra hour or 2 out of your fragrance and a little bit better projection. But if I want to add scent using lotion, you could use something like Everyday Coconut. It's basically just coconut oil made into a lotion. It's completely natural, no additives. I only use the coconut one though for more of my tropical scents, my citric scents, my beachy scents, my hotelish 5-star scents, stuff like that. So if I'm wearing Oceania from Roja, I can put the coconut lotion on under it and it smells kind of like ocean water, expensive ocean water from Sonic. You know, you kind of get this blue coconut vibe. Or if I'm wearing a coconut fragrance like Bonnie or a mango fragrance or something like that, you can play with scented bases. But the only time I mess with a scented base is when if it can achieve the scent with just the ingredient, not a synthetic formulation of that smell. So I would never have like a blackberry lotion. Coconuts are naturally fragrant, so they don't have to add synthetic coconut notes to make this smell like coconut. It is just coconuts. Shea butter. Shea has a smell. but they processed it so that it's unscented here. But shea has a smell. Argan oil is natural and has a smell. Olive has a smell. Castor oil is natural and has a smell. There's a lot of different base stuff where you can get like a simple note, unscented or scented version of the lotion that it will naturally enhance certain things. Whether you're going for sweetness or tartness or freshness, you can make it happen. Lalique White and Black versus Bulgari Man in Black versus Prada L'Homme Intense. None of those fragrances are the same. What's the right buy for someone who wants to smell like Bruce Wayne out of those three? Prada L'Homme Intense. Prada L'Homme Intense is Batman during the day. Bulgari Man in Black is Batman at night. White and Black is not Batman at all. Just bought my Torino 21 and I really love it. My next on my wish list is Alexandria 2, but there's no store for me to try it. Can you explain how it smells? No, I can't. The thing about Alexandria 2 is when I watch people's reviews of that fragrance, they are going to lead you to believe that it is basically an extremely rich, I believe, rose oud fragrance, if I'm not mistaken. Something in oud. It's been a minute since I've smelled it, but what I'm going to say is still helpful. Every review I saw of Alexandria 2 said certain things about the fragrance, and I thought I would really, really love it. And a lot of my friends have it. But when I went to Neiman Marcus to smell it for like the third time, and this happened with Monkey Special as well, I really didn't like it. Like on test strip, it was like intriguing. On my skin, it smelled terrible. Like it smelled good, but it was purposeless. Like as I smelled it, I asked myself, where would I wear this? And I would have just been making up the answer if I said something like a very special occasion, because I didn't like it in that space. So Alexandria 2, what I can say that's helpful about that fragrance is to some people, it is God tier, it is special, it is formal, sexiness, and mysteriousness. For me, it was trash. 50% of people say it's terrible. 50% of people say it's incredible. Definitely get your nose on it. Best in the Nautica Voyage line. If you're okay with the cucumber water note, original Nautica Voyage is best. If you didn't like the sea note and the cucumber feel to Nautica Voyage, you can get the new Nautica Voyage Intense, which kind of eliminates that cucumbery sea note vibe and just sticks with the fresh blue watery feel. So those two, depending on what you lean towards. I prefer original. I don't mind the cucumber sea note apple feel, but there's some friends I know who are off-put by it for some reason and prefer the intense or the extreme, whatever's the new one that's out. Definitely goated for answering the questions anytime. I'm here for you guys. It's the only reason I'm live. I mean, think about it. I'm sitting here, standing here for an hour or two answering questions about fragrance. I'm just standing here, not moving. That's you guys are the only reason I'm here. And I do this, you know, for free. I just do it to share the love of what I'm learning on my journey and hope that it makes your journey special and fun, because I'm having fun. I hope when we talk about fragrance, guys, we're having fun. I hope when you wear fragrances, you're like, dang, I smell good. Dang, I feel good. Man, this fragrance is, dang, it smells good. Man, I feel good. You know what I mean? Like, not like, oh, I'm going to wear this tonight and get laid. Oh, I want to be the best guy smelling in the room when I go to this office. Like, no, like first and foremost, when you put the fragrance on, does it like lift you up? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I come on here and answer questions. I'm trying to curate and help you guys to find scents that do that for you. They just lift you up. And that's why, you know, what's kind of different than me, and I don't want to say every reviewer because that would be very selfish and conceited of me, but what I do that's very different than a lot of people when I do Q&A is I will never recommend you a fragrance that I don't have. And number two, I will never recommend you a fragrance that I don't think is special. So even if I'm talking to you guys about cheapies, sorry, I was plugging in my charger. Even if I'm talking to you about Lalique White, this fragrance is $20, $25. I would not put anything on my shelf that is mid to me. And so when I pick up a bottle or I pick up a decant and I show it to you, I'm telling you fragrances that make me feel special. I want you to feel good and uplifted and feel great. It unlock, the seventh sense in your body where it's just a big part of your day and just lifts you up. So when I sit here and say, guys, get your nose on slow explosions. I don't, guys, can I keep it so real with you for half a second? I want you to look down here. Okay, you see that stuff down there? I have fragrances down there, and this is not my only collection. I have fragrances scattered all around my house, even in my bathroom. People were making fun of me last time I said I had fragrances in my bathroom. Like, okay. I have fragrances that I paid hundreds of dollars for that I'm going to give away because I loved them at a certain time and I started getting so many bottles. I said, you know what? I'm just going to make a top 100. And inside that top 100, my list would be smaller, but because I review and I'm interested in a lot of different pockets, in my mind, this is the responsible thing for me to do. Top 100 fragrances right here, to me. And in that top 100, my top 20 niche and independent niche, my top 20 designers, even though this is niche, I need to organize a little bit. Top 20 designers, top 20 vintage for men, which is fragrances that are before the year 2000, top 20 clones, and top 20 women's vintage. End of story. 2020, 2020, 100 fragrances. I will not buy another fragrance unless it replaces something on one of the shelves. So I say that to say when I tell you guys about a fragrance and I sit there and talk about it, to me, nothing in my collection is mid, because if it was mid, I'd remove it. That's where I'm at in my journey. So I feel like when I do Q&A, anything I tell you to try or buy, I think is special, no matter what price point it's at. I have it, I've smelled it. I really think it would be worth your time. I'm not just recommending average stuff to you guys, which is why you'll almost never see me on here recommending things like, Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, Versace Pour Homme, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, all those typical scents, because to me, those are trash. I know scents just like them, but better at every price point. And so you won't hear me talk about certain scents that are very popular that a lot of people love, because I don't love them. I really love the Armani, oh wait, hold on. Do you like Nishane Hasavat? That's my signature scent. Hasavat is amazing. Hasavat is amazing. I will never buy a bottle of Hasavat because in that DNA profile, I prefer 8 and Bob Egypt, but Hasavat is incredible. Easily top 3 best fragrances in the Nishane house is probably Hasavat, Ani, and Wulong Cha for me personally. But in the Hasavat DNA style, I prefer 8 and Bob Egypt. I really love the Armani Stronger With You, absolutely, but it's a bit out of my budget lately since I've been laid off. Is there any dupe or clone of it? Yes. There is a fragrance called Better With You and Better With You Absolutely or Better With You Intensely. Look up Better With You clone, and that fragrance is 20 to 25 bucks and is about 85 to 90% with great performance. Do you have an Instagram page? I do, but I am in a different profession on Instagram. I do not run the scent bubble on anything other than YouTube, and I kind of want to keep it that way. I probably won't do a scent bubble social media pages unless we hit like 20K. Then it might be realistic, but I post every day. I'm on YouTube every day. When you guys go to my YouTube channel, it'll feel like it's Instagram, because anything you need to know, I'm there. I'm active. I'm live. I'm doing premieres. You can talk to me. I talk back. Like anyone in here will tell you, when I'm live, when you comment or do anything on my page to reply and give some feedback, I answer you instantly. And there's thousands of people on here that do that. Like, I literally get hundreds of comments and likes and, you know, feedback and questions and emails, and everybody gets answered very quickly. So that's why I feel like, you know, being on Instagram and stuff would just take away from the incredible experience that I have on here. Now, I do have an Instagram, but it's for my other profession. Signature scent being Parfums de Marly Altair Thoughts. It's a good scent. It's not my tea, but I can recognize that Altair is a great fragrance, as well as Liquid Brune. What up, Mike? What up, Kicks? Scent of the day, Invictus Parfum. I like that. I was wearing that Invictus oil with that Low Parkenzo. Everybody, if you guys got any value from me tonight at all, please follow Kicks Griffey. Very good friend of mine. And more importantly for you guys, a great, honest nose in fragrance stuff. He has a very honest journey, a very consistent journey. You will learn a lot watching him explore fragrance. What motivates you to collect perfumes? And also shout outs to Joel. I would tell you to follow Joel, but Joel is not posting content. When Joel starts posting content, I will tell you guys to run over there. But I don't want people to go over there and be like, SB, you sent me to Joel and he doesn't post. What motivates you? But Joel is best moderator in the game and a great friend of mine. What motivates you to collect perfumes? I love the smells. I love the smells. As I get older, it is a very convenient hobby that evokes excitement out of me. It's something I get excited about. I get excited to go places and smell great. I get excited to sit in my room and learn history about perfume and houses. You know, when you get into this fragrance thing, you'll start to do stupid stuff because you're a kid in the space. Let me show you something stupid that I did that I haven't even fully enjoyed yet, just due to my love for fragrance. Oh, by the way, Kicks, you're sealed, buddy. I've got your Javoy set sealed. I'm going to try to get that out tomorrow so that it gets to you by like Monday, Tuesday. But I just got done sealing it. Now I got to pack it. So, this is the type of stuff I'm into, guys, in perfumery. This was literally just... I'm into fragrance. I'm searching fragrance online. I'm getting excited about it. I don't even read books, guys. I don't read. Here's a great perfume book, Graffiti Moon. Look it up. Anyone in perfumery, it's within the top 10 must-read books on fragrance. Perfume, The Alchemy of Scent. Another classic in perfumery. Just learning the game, learning about perfumers. Perfumes by Philip Claudel, a catalog of remembered smells. Very cool, introspective look on scent memories. Bought that. Perfumes, the A to Z Guide by Luca Turin, one of the pioneers of explaining what a fragrance smells like in 10 words or less. Here's a dictionary of all the scents that he's tried, and he gives them a star rating. So if you want to see all the masterpieces that he thinks are masterpieces, you can go in here and then go and buy fragrances. You know, when I'm sitting on my chair over here after a long day, and I'm sitting right there in my massage chair, right? You know, I'm over here, I'm packaging stuff, I'm smelling scents. You know, I'm sitting here, I'm running my massager on my shoulders. You know, I'm pulling the remote out, I'm getting a nice massage, maybe I'll turn the TV on, I'm laying back. I might pull out a book on fragrances, kick my feet up, get a nice massage, and just read. And that's what fragrances have done for me is, you know, I'm pushing 37 years old. After a long day, I find joy. And it's crazy. Never thought in a million years I would find reprieve and relaxation in sitting down, getting a massage, reading a book about fragrances I want to get my nose on or how perfumes are made. Brings me joy. So you got to know that I love this stuff, because why else would I stand here for, you know, an hour or two and talk to people I don't even know? You know what I'm saying? Thoughts on Prada Paradigm. Good fragrance, similar to YSL myself in terms of it being good. It's not great. It's not worth retail. What's the best shelf to put my 20 colognes on? On a dresser. I mean, this shelf right here is kind of a wood slash metal industrial. So like the shelves are dark walnut wood. The shelf side panels are metal. I installed these lights. They didn't come with it. You know, I just have like a remote that I can change them, and I adhered them and stuck them here so we could change the lights. We can do multicolor. That's just because I was noticing that when everything's off and you guys are looking at them, like it looks dull. You can't really see anything, but when we light it up, okay, some of them are running out of batteries, but it's okay. But yeah, you know, when we illuminate, it kind of just illuminates, you know. But yeah, I got this shelf for 30-40 bucks. And what's nice is, you know, if I want to extend it around the room or something, it used to be bigger. I used to have 2 or 3 of these with all my fragrances, but I was just like, dude, you're a dick. Take that down. Do you think I should get Lattafa Opulent Dubai instead of God of Fire if I don't like the oud? If God of Fire has oud in it, I don't think it's that recognizable, because I didn't recognize it. Do you know of any Armani Stronger With You absolutely similar smelling scents on a budget? Yes, Better With You absolutely, or Better With You intensely. Terre d'Hermes versus Grey Vetiver. Terre d'Hermes casually, Grey Vetiver professionally. For $30 to $35, you could go with the Aventus, depending on your price range, or you could go with Pro 1. You really only need to go with Off and On Supremacy Collector's Edition or Pro. Pro is the best if you're trying to get Aventus. If you're trying to get somewhere between Aventus and Hasavat, then you will go with Collector's Edition. Either one of them have insanely long longevity and projection, high compliment factor, etc. You can get both of those fragrances for about $40 after tax and shipping. The lowest I've seen it go for out the door is $30. You can always go on Mercari and get it too, but most people don't sell those fragrances on Mercari because it's such a good fragrance. You know, top 5 dead or alive, both of them. I have Spirited Dubai, a Barrage. It's very manly. It's like Creed, heavy floral. For me, I agree with that somewhat. For me, it was a very beach water, sand, elemental. You know, you smell the nature and the elements with an ocean brushing up on a shore type of scent with some fruits and stuff within it. But I agree with your take. I can see that a lot. La Nuit de l'Homme Eau de Parfum Orange Bottle Review. Okay, I'll take a snapshot of it. Best blind buy fragrances for 30 to 35-year-old office going upper management level men. Not $30 to $35. It was about age. Oh, for office, I really only think you need 2 scents. You know, a professional suit and tie scent and a upscale casual professional scent. I think this is the ultimate office pack. Where are you? This right here is my top 3 office scents. Lalique Lin Sumi, $40. Green Outdoors, sap, and water. But it smells super modern. It doesn't smell like a fougere. This is Suit and Tie Vetiver So clean, green, grapefruit, leathery goodness. James Bond in a gray suit. Lalique White is your everyday casual, manly scent that has all the best qualities of all things fresh. It's green, it's bright, it's citric, it's peppery. It's just beautiful. If you have these 3 scents, as a man, you're very happy. So $40, $80 to $100, $25. We're going to have to head out soon, guys. I do apologize. If you don't like Aventus, you could try Jet Black by Michael Malone. It's a great The Man fragrance. I agree with that. Yo, Kicks. Have you tried Spectre Ghost by Fragrance World? Yes, it's an amazing fragrance. Very nice. It's not the best of its kind, but you will give it an 8 or a 9 out of 10 for sure. Show everybody the Ubagant. Oh, absolutely. The Goat God Tier Fougere. The first Fougere fragrance ever made. 1881, 1882. Still sells today for $300 out the door. Don't ask me how I got it in an auction for like $8 to $11, but I did. I don't know how. Absolutely incredible steal. What color polo do you like? The best one is deep blue parfum. Red parfum's good, blue parfum's good, green parfum's good. Stick with the parfums when it comes to polo and you'll be fine. I like 8 and Bob for a funeral. I don't know why. I can see that. It's rich, it's earthy, it's nice. Almost picked up Aventus yesterday for $200, but that was just too much money to drop it. Hey man, get per show, dude. Get per show and call it a day. What's your favorite Valentino? Original. Valentino Uomo Intense. If you have Valentino Uomo Intense, you have all the Valentino. I've always been interested in colognes, but only kept around 4 to 5, but I want to start collecting. What should be some of my next purchases? Just watch my channel. Watch my channel. You'll get that question answered very quickly. Have you ever tried using perfume oil? Yes. How far down can it go? See all that oil? What oil would you rock with Les Sables roses to make it a little more masculine? Probably something like an Armani Code style, a very aromatic, fresh scent. Yeah, just the original Armani Pour Homme I would rock with it to tone it down and make it more classy, masculine. I'd also recommend getting into a bunch of sample sets from designers and niche so you can expand your palette, always. Some good sample sets, Day 3, Javoy, City Rhythm, I agree with everything he just said. The scent bubble, finish your sentence. Cosmerati, Mephisto, overrated, never. Top 2 best blues. Top 2 best blues. Okay, what's your overall favorite, if you have one? Cliff, I don't have a favorite, brother. I am madly in love with everything on my shelf. If I'm not madly in love with it, it goes over there. Al Harmain or Game of Spades, you mean? Game of Spades. It's more modern. Anytime, Kicks. Anytime. Yeah, the Pardon review is nice. It will help me with the 8-hour ride. Hey, if you need like to watch some of my longer content, either go to playlists and watch the memoirs or go to the podcast section of my channel and watch all the podcasts. That's all the hour-plus long content that I have, and there's tons of it. You could go on the podcast section of my playlist, and that's 10 hours of material right there. Have you smelled Boadicea, the Victorious Champion? If so, thoughts on it? I haven't smelled it. No, I did smell it, but it's been a while. Yeah, you know, I haven't. I haven't enough to speak on it. That's the best part about fragrances, though, is that it unlocks so many different parts of your brain. Like, man, I'm really behind. But you're right, Mike. Mesa Margiela, Under the Lemon Tree, or Amir Cedrat Essence. Cedrat Essence. Under the Lemon Tree is great, but it smells like Vetiver Sensual, cheaper. Just get Vetiver Sensual if you like Under the Lemon Tree. Amir Cedrat Essence is sexier in a very casual way. Under the Lemon Tree is just easy to wear, but it's not exciting. Do you have any Reps or Montaigne? Nope, I'm not into Montaigne. I mean, I have Montaigne, but in samples, I don't like Montaigne. Reps, I don't know what you mean. Maybe replica. No, I'm not a fan of any of the replicas at all, even though I've reviewed a lot of them. OG Armani Code EDT is the new one versus the new one with the new bottle and new formulation. Probably the new one. I'm selling my Zara fragrances and Rocus Man, and I felt Zara was... Rocus Man smells like coffee, which is not extremely every rare day. I do agree. I do agree, Lachlan. Absolutely. Can you recommend a clone for Fulton and Rourke Blue? I don't have any at this time for those that I would actually recommend. I know people have tried it, but I haven't smelled anything significant enough to recommend to you for those. Have you smelled Pegador Special Parfum? I have not. Did you see my email from a few days back with the Australian and Greek perfume? I did, Lachlan. I need to tap back in with it, though, because I was dealing with sick kids for quite a while, for like a month straight. There's a big outbreak in my house. Thoughts on Burberry Touch? I'm looking for a nice everyday fragrance. Touch is cool, but it's not going to make you excited. If you're going in the Touch route, give me a quick second. Give me a quick second. Yeah, so for me, an alternative to Burberry Touch, you want to get Mercedes-Benz Intense. It'll be a lot more exciting for you. Let's see. What's an 11 out of 10 non-linear fragrance? Okay, so complex that shifts in progression but smells amazing throughout, even as it's changing into something different. Blue Talisman. Desert Rain. Straight to Heaven by Kilian. Coromandel from Chanel. Oceania from Roja. Harrods from Roja. Any of those. Have you smelled Cod Lodge Cyan Gold? I have not, Jean. Did I make it to the bottom? Oh, no. My office scent is Prada Amber Pour Homme. Smells like you walked into a clean laundry with a fresh... Hey, Prada makes some great office scents. SB is generationally behind in chat. I'm trying, guys. Aqua Elixir, Deep Blue. Have you got your nose on Argos? Yeah, I've smelled Danae, Triumph of Bacchus, and like 2 other ones. Oldest or one of your first fragrance. This one's very old. This fragrance is almost 30 years old. This is from high school. Marc Jacobs by Marc Jacobs. Still smells incredible. It has not gone sour yet. This is very old. This is 30 years old. Versace Dreamer. This is original formulation. All of my vintage shelf, which is right here, is extremely old. Probably the oldest fragrance I have here is probably, you know, one of the splashes. You know, original tobacco, royal musk, English leather. Those are quite old. Ubagant's extremely old. Fougere Royale, 1881. This is a fragrance we're actually giving away. A brand new one though, 4711. You see Jeremy Fragrance doing that a lot. Gray Flannel, that's really old. The Baron, extremely old. Caron, Bain de Caron, extremely old, but still fresh as crap, still very good. We have a lot of really old stuff. I just bought Aqua di Gio Elixir. Well, I'm sure you're very happy with that. Valentino is good as well. Best versatile oud fragrance. Taif Oud from Roja. Even the new Day 3 fragrance Midnight Raspberry is a versatile oud for sure as well. Tom Ford is amazing. Walgreens has a brand called In Style Perfect Scent. Yeah, I've seen that. Patchouli Musk, I think it goes for 13 bucks on Amazon. Smells better than Club de Nuit for sure. See, my opinion on all the clones now is just get per show or collector's edition and call it a day. Zara Most Wanted Parfum, is it masculine? Yeah, it's sexy masculine. Most Wanted Parfum is great, and Wanted by Night Eau de Parfum is great. Nishane Hasavat X, I haven't smelled that in a long time. Do you think fragrance reselling is a good side hustle? Only if you really have your nose in the streets and know where all the best deals are so you can get the biggest price margins. Because what you'll find is when you acquire fragrances, the fragrance price, if it's a good fragrance price, you're still paying for shipping. And then when you ship it out, you either have to charge somebody for shipping, which inflates your price back up. You need to be dealing with really big margins. Zara Most Wanted Parfum. Yes, answered that already. Have a blessed night. Sub now for life. Hey, appreciate you, Gravity. What's your favorite rose vetiver? Probably Lunar Vetiver from Amarud. Best Fresh Mancera. Vetiver Sensuel or Amberful. SB, my brother is getting married in November. What should I wear fragrance-wise to the wedding? Wear Coral Mandel, Ombre Noir, Serge Luton's Ombre Sultan, by Kelly Straight to Heaven, Nasamato Pardon, Danger from Roja, Beach Hut Man or Epic Man, Day 3, Desert Rain, you know, anything like that. People say wear what you want. There's a... Is there anything similar to Black Opium but for men? Yeah, Prada Black. Best Imaginary Authors Winter Fragrance. Stories of a Glacier. Any fragrance that smells like a photorealistic... Yeah. Yeah. Depends. Pick a color. Any LV Meteor clones? Yes, Matiere from Maison Alhambra. Any you prefer over Meteor? Yeah, I'm an afternoon swim guy, and there's a lot of clones of that. Even Pacific Chill is cool. What do you mean by collector's edition? Off-Non Supremacy Collector's Edition. That's the name of the fragrance. So I'm wanting to add essential oils, just ginger, to a fragrance decant. Do you have to put a carrier oil into the scent? Don't mix scents ever. If you're going to mix a ginger oil, put the ginger oil on your skin, on the pulse points, and spray in between the pulse points. So if you go ginger, ginger, spray in the middle. Never mix solution when it comes to perfumery because you break up the composition and change the smell. So anytime you're layering or comboing oil, fragrance, lotion, you want that item taking up a different real estate on your body or clothes than where you're putting the other item. You might not think that that mixes well, but you want them to mix in the air, not in their juices. Best places to buy fragrances: Facebook groups, friends, YouTube channels that offer various ways to get fragrance, auction sites like Whatnot, Fragrance by CA, Max Aroma, Joma Shop, all of those. Yeah, try all that. I got CeraVe unscented too. That stuff's good. Yeah, that is good. Would you say that YSL Black Opium is like the gold standard amongst female perfumes? No, I think Libre, YSL Libre Eau de Parfum is the gold standard. Or Baccarat. But I think Libre is more accessible. Also Versace Yellow Diamond or the pink one. But Libre is the most purchased female fragrance that I've seen of all time. Subbed, only been very helpful. Appreciate sharing the knowledge. Anytime, user. Anytime. And I'm so glad that you subbed. Oh, we got to the bottom. Will Lalique Linsumi give me compliments? In the workplace, absolutely. But just out about your everyday, not so much, unless you're dealing with outspoken women. But yeah, you could get compliments from it. But if you're looking for compliments, you typically want to deal with sweeter, slightly sweet fragrances, very classy. Classy, slightly sweet. Eros, Bleu de Chanel, Prada L'Homme, stuff like that. You know, Drake Summer Mink, Gucci Guilty Elixir, stuff like that's bigger compliment getters. Aventus. Thoughts on Amouage Outlands? Good scent. I wouldn't buy a bottle, but it's a great scent. Fragrantica reviews are saying Prada Black is office safe. Do you agree? As a scent profile, no. But the reason they're saying it works so well in office is just because of projection. When you're in the office, the projection bubble of Prada Black is only like 1-2 feet. So even though it's a very seductive, sexy, black type of scent and it's dark, sweet, it has an insanely small projection bubble. It wears like wears like YSL L'Homme. So you're gonna have this crazy scent when they come up to you, but if they're not anywhere super close to you, they won't smell it. That's why they say it's office safe. Does not always mean office scent. Office safe just means it's not offensive, and in this case, it's because of projection. But in terms of scent profile, do people want to smell a slightly sweet, spicy, black orchidy, Bulgari Man in Black type of scent? I think no. They want more fresh, more clean, more open, airy, light. But yeah, take that if you will. Hey, Mike, you said it, not me. I found that with Lattafa Moroccan Blue, Lail Malachi is oddly close to the new YSL Myself Absolute. Only feel like I'd be missing is the cool sparkling ginger. Yeah, add the ginger oil. Add the ginger oil. Just don't add it to the fragrance. All right, guys. Hey, listen. I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to ask your last minute questions and come back. I'm going to take a quick piss, and then we're going to end for the night after I answer all the last minute questions. Again, if you're new to the channel, we go live a couple times a week, but I drop videos on fragrance every single day of every price point, every caliber. I'm knee deep in this fragrance thing. So please, if you're new, sub for a couple days, see how you like it. It's free. You get buttloads of content. It'll really enhance your journey. And I'll be back in a few minutes to answer any questions. All right. Let's answer the last minute questions. Do you like magnetic caps on the bottle? Yeah, I do. Magnetic caps are cool. I don't really care too much, but you know, it's a cool feature. I bought Guerlain's Low Medial Extreme yesterday. I asked you last week, and I said I want something powerful. It's nuclear, man. My nose is blind. Thanks, man. I didn't try something this powerful. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed it. What will be included in the ebooks you're releasing? I have an ebook on top 100 combos, top 100 clones, how to understand pairing fragrances with seasons and occasions. I have top 100 designers. I have top 100 niche. And I have one ebook dedicated to the world of essential oils and layering as it relates to lotions and essential oils and dabbers. So quite a bit of content. There'll be 5 ebooks that all kind of come together as a combo book, and you'll be able to buy either the ultimate collection, or you'll be able to buy them separately, but they'll be dirt cheap. Like we're talking dollars and cents. Or I'm not supposed to announce this yet, but when I release my memberships tier, that will come with free consultations on fragrance on Zoom or Discord, and it will also come with ebooks. If you're a subscribed member to the channel, you will get the ebooks for free included in the membership. So, but I'm not launching my memberships tier until 2026, because when I do it, the amount of things I'm going to offer the community is I want it to be unlike anything ever seen. I want to just have an insane amount of value. But yeah, that's how I'm going to do the ebooks, is a 5 collection series. But what's really cool and innovative about my ebooks is it will be user driven. So my top 100 lists and things like that will actually be curated by me, but there will be a bonus section on each of the ebooks, and I will allow members to contribute to it. So if you find a combo that I haven't heard of, I will put your combo in the bonus credits for that ebook. I will update the ebook, and then you will be credited in the ebook for creating it. Whether it's top 100s or combos or essential oil conversation, I'm gonna let the members add content to the book and get credit for it. Compliment getter, Eros, Blue, or Flame. Both are very high compliment getters. Flame is a little more circumstantial. Blue is a lot more versatile, meaning you could wear it in a lot more occasions. So I've never smelled Prosciutto next to Aventus. So what are the main differences? There really isn't too much differences. Absolute Aventus is a bit smokier, but Prosciutto still has a little bit of smoke. And the pineapple in Prosciutto is a lot more bright, and in Absolute it's a little bit toned down. But I would say Prosciutto is at least 95% close to Absolute Aventus, and it is the closest rendition I've ever smelled to Absolute Aventus, and I have tried every Aventus clone under the sun. Any ebooks included in the giveaway? No, not yet. I still have all of the artwork being included into the ebooks, and since those aren't done, I'm not going to send teasers out of that. I also am figuring out right now how to encrypt my ebooks so that you can't essentially copy the pictures and reproduce digitals of it. So I'm basically putting kind of an encryption lock where whenever you try to screenshot or take a picture of it, it blacks out. So that stuff's just taking time. I want to make sure it's super proprietary, so no one can just like basically steal my ebooks and like take my top 100 lists or copy the material. Everyone will be able to copy the material, but I'm going to make it extremely hard to do it easily. Is Lin Sumi Maforce similar to Dior Homme Cologne? Very similar, but better. Juicier, richer, lasts longer. More signature. We have a shop here in Australia. They have hundreds of fragrance dupes, as they will. Fragrance 105 smells like inspired by Tom Ford Oud Wood. How are they not sued yet? Well, litigation in different continents is very difficult to do. It costs a lot of money. It takes a lot of time, and it's also extremely hard to prove that somebody outright copied you. The laws are very murky. And so unless you're somebody like Chanel or Tom Ford and you see that a company is making millions of dollars off of their dupes, you will not get sued. Because it's just not even worth the money or the time. But people do get sued. Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and Tom Ford have sued many people who have basically discontinued as companies. Is Ombre Noir the ultimate quality price per bargain? It is in the realm of tobacco, booze, and or vanilla, to me. Yeah, tobacco, booze, and vanilla, to me, yes, best price per bargain. What situations would you wear Kawa in? Holidays, fall, winter, super cold days, anything by a fire, anything with family where it's cold. Shoot, I even wore Kawa once for Halloween. Coffee shops, lounges, anything with smoke, anything with incense, anything with coffee, anything with lounginess. It's a loungy / holiday / super cold weather scent. Is Trace Oros memoir worthy? Yes, and it will be in a memoir. Trace Oros as well as Desert Rain. Did you try Creed Oud Zarian? I did finally get my nose on Oud Zarian. I wanted to do a hot take, but my phone was dead, so I have not done my Oud Zarian hot take. I have to go back to smell it, and then I'll do a hot take of Oud Zarian. But enough people are talking about Oud Zarian where I don't feel like people need it. If you notice, my hot takes have slowed down on the channel, and it's just because I look around and everybody's already talking about the stuff I'm hot taking. The last hot take I did was on Chanel exclusive, and the only reason I did it is because so many people were DMing me wanting to know my thoughts on it, and obviously you guys know what I feel about it now. You should look into Boho Boko, very interesting house. I have, and I've smelled several scents from that house. What do you think of Mason Margiela replica? I think they're overpriced, and it's a shame, because if replica fragrances were in the $40 to $50 price point, so many more people would buy them. The only reason people are buying them right now is because it's a really cool concept, and they are banking off of their top sellers right now, which is By the Fireplace and Jazz Club and By the Fireplace, Jazz Club, and some other sweet vanilla scent, I forget. Just bought Comra today. Smells like fall, like a good pumpkin spice latte, cozy for season. Not exactly my preferred scent profile, but I'm enjoying it this time of year. Here's the thing. Kawa and Comra are very good layering fragrances. You can tone them down or you can accent them very easily. It's just like Teriyaki Intense. You could go a million different ways with Teriyaki. I always recommend layering with those fragrances to pull out different features so it doesn't just come across like a, praline, cinnamon, vanilla splash. Could you please recommend more manly vanilla scents for a 22-year-old dude who doesn't like cake and pastry smell? Boss Bottled the Scent Magnetic is a much more masculine vanilla. You can get that anywhere. Halloween Man Shot is a Prada Luna Rosa approach to a fresh take on vanilla and spice. The freshest aromatic vanilla to wear as a casual scent, but smell very expensive, is Lalique White and Black. Very good vanilla. Gucci Guilty Elixir is probably the most masculine vanilla you're going to find today at its price point, under $100. Gucci Guilty Elixir all day long. This is the most manly vanilla out of everything I've just spoke on. Versace Eros EDT. You can get it for $30, $40, 100 ml. Probably the best vanilla of all time that is masculine. So if I were you, I would get Gucci Guilty Elixir, Lalique White and Black, or Eros. He doesn't like the intensity of the vanilla. Mercedes Club Black's too vanillic. What frag has a sillage that fills the room in a very pleasant way and is not embroxen harshness? Tres Oros. Absolute aphrodisiac. Boucheron Japor Porom. Yeah, Lachlan, I have it. Vanilla Powder Mattieri Premier is one of the best vanillas. That is true. Mattieri Premier has a very good vanilla. For me, I prefer Ensemble Suave, but Vanilla Powder is amazing. I tried Le Gamme Tigar and I love it. I should use it in winter. I heard it's a summer scent, and your thoughts about this scent. It's a really good scent. If you can steal it for a really low price, go ahead and get it. It's amazing. But for me, and when we talk about pound for pound, best grapefruit scents, performance, longevity, and most importantly, price, I don't think anything really beats Kajal 3. You can get this for like $100, and it outperforms and is juicier to me than Tigar. But Tigar and Le Gamme, both of those, very good scents. If you have them, you should love them because they're great. Question, do you think female perfumers doing men's perfumes changes anything compared to male perfumers? In what sense? Best house with rose oud combination. Maison Francis Kirkjohn and Roja. Roja Taifa Oud. MFK's Oud Satin Mood, Oud Silk Mood, and Oud are the best rose ouds. In what sense, Lachlan? And we'll end on Lachlan's follow-up question because I'm getting quite tired and we've been on for 124 minutes. Well, yeah, I do. I do think it changes because a women's perspective on how a man's scent should feel is they're not men. You know, you can try to be as manly as you want. You could try to be versed up. You could try to talk to a lot of men. You could try to read every survey. But at the end of the day, you're still a woman. You're going to think like a woman. So, yes, a woman's hand on a perfume for a man is going to always feel different. And I think we recognize that. That's why a lot of women making men's scents tend to steer in some realm of sweetness because it's a realm they're familiar with enough to work with and make a strong scent and then just add masculine touches. I feel like a lot of women that make men's scents make women's scents and just scale them down with aromatic touches. You know, that's why we get a lot of stuff that's similar to Gucci Guilty Elixir or Prada L'Homme, you know, or Invictus, you know, stuff like that. Is LV Imagination the most fresh perfume in the world? No, it's not. What do you think about Penhaligon's Halfetti? I haven't smelled it in a long time. So I don't really want to speak on it. All right, guys. I am super tired. I hope it was helpful for you tonight, guys. I hope you got value out of it. Again, as usual, if I didn't answer any of your questions, please copy paste them into the comments section of this live. I do leave my lives up. Hashtag watchback gang. People do watch these lives back. Put your questions in the comments section. I will answer them extremely fast. Again, I hope you got value out of this. If you're new to the channel, I drop 1 to 4 videos every single day with community posts, scents of the day, entertainment, interviews, boutique reviews, reviewing fragrances, putting you on to all different price points, all different walks of life. We just got this fragrance straight from Florence, Italy, Quercia, which is one of the oldest living perfume houses in the world, dates back to the 1200s. When we talk about vintage, and we just cover all kinds of stuff, guys, whether you're looking for cheapies, whether you're just looking for a few fragrances, or whether you want to get deeper in your knowledge of stuff because you're catching the bug like everybody. This is the place to be. I hope I've earned your guys' subs tonight for all you new guys out there, and I always just tell people give it a try. I think you guys might enjoy yourself and have a lot of fun. Guys, we are approaching 4K subs, and I still have not done the 3K sub giveaway. Right now, I'm currently putting together 3 massive packages for 3 winners for this giveaway, and I'm preparing this weekend for the announcement of how we are going to do the giveaway. We're going to be giving away 3 massive collection bundles. So 3 people will basically get starter bundles of very expensive and versatile sets. And the nuance of this giveaway is going to be that I will have 2 for men, and I will have 1 women's bundle. And it will have a lot of fragrances, including vintage. So this one's going to be smaller. Last time we gave away 32 bottles. We're still going to give away a lot of bottles, but only to 3 people, not 12 this time. So make sure that you guys are just following the channel. You'll see the details about how to enter the giveaway. And this giveaway, I'm going to focus on trying to reward people who pay attention and have their notifications turned on for my channel. You will be rewarded in this giveaway for listening to instructions. If you're aware of what's going on the channel and you follow the instructions right when the video drops, you will have the highest odds of winning this giveaway because there will be some things that you guys have to do. But it is a special giveaway because we are giving away a lot of stuff to a few people. So, love you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate you guys. Shout out Ease. Shout out Mast. Shout out Lachlan, Arif, Mustafa, all you guys. Asif, Faison, all you guys are amazing. Postle, Sam, all you guys, thank you so much for rocking with me. I will see you guys soon. This weekend we'll go live again, answer some more questions, and give you guys the teasers of the content and the giveaways to come for this week. So, that being said, hope you guys stay blessed. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy Halloween. Put on my community post tomorrow. I'm going to post my scent of the day for Halloween. Join me in the comment section and let me know what you're going to wear for Halloween. I'd love to hear it. And yeah, man, really appreciate you guys so much. It's all good, guys. Appreciate anyone who spent any amount of time in my lives as usual. I wouldn't be anything without you guys, and I wouldn't go live if you weren't here. So thank you so much, guys. Take care.